Hello, and welcome to Avernum 2, Crystal Souls. So I haven't done a Let's Play in a while, so I figured this is a new game, sorta, but it's like low-key enough that other people won't be just spamming the hell out of it. And that's probably the hardest part of doing a good Let's Play, is finding the game that nobody else is really doing that much, so that you can be unique and all that. So, this game is interesting. It's like Baldur's Gate, little simpler, I think, but there's more to do. I don't know, it's weird. I was never very good at Baldur's Gate to begin with, but this game I'm really interested in because I've already played a little bit, but we're gonna start a new game, so that I can show that off. We'll probably go with the default setup here, but I am gonna change their names because, my god. So, Aldous, you are not a wizard, so I cannot name you Oz Wizard, but I can name you Oz just by yourself. You're just Oz, alright? Cool. Did it take? I don't see it up there. Let's try that again. Oz. Oh well, I hope that took. Change name. This guy we will name Prince Charles, the lizard. Oh look, so his is there. I couldn't really tell you what's going on with that, but this guy's name is obviously going to be Kerfuffle, the cat priest. Because if I ever had a cat, I would name it Kerfuffle. We'll change their portraits in a second here. Cordelia, no. Terrible name for a terrible person. Just kidding, Cordelia is awesome. But we're going to name our wizard sorceress, Lady Boom Boom. No, that's terrible. We have to have class, you know. Lady Lightning. Oh. The typo. Inventing different spellings of the word lightning. I love it. Alright. Lady Lightning. And the Nameless Soldier. Shall we pick a portrait for our Nameless Soldier? Oh. Oh yes. No, we'll stick with the default. Oh. On second thought, we'll be the ninja, and we'll change his name to Oz the Swift. You have to, oh there we go, it took it. You have to have really, you know, stylistic names in these games, otherwise it's no fun, so we'll keep that though. We'll keep Kerfuffle. Prince Charles, you're a rebel, which I hear is like a jack-of-all-trades sort of class. I kind of want to make him not a rebel, so let's see. Oops. Alright, change character type. We want to make him a rogue, I think, or an archer. What's the difference? This guy's better at melee weapons, this guy's better at bows. But this guy has tools. Well, let's make a rogue, because we can teach him how to use ranged weapons better. But I feel like tool use is pretty good to have off the bat, because it seemed like you don't get a level up for quite a while. Alright, Kerfuffle, you're a priest, so let's find an appropriate... I like the jacket, I really do. It's important to actually get your portrait how you want it, because it seems that it's stuck with what you pick for forever. So, which is a bit unfortunate in some cases. We'll go with this one just because I'm racist. No, I'm not racist. Let's diversify this cast. Oh, I missed it. Actually, they're both white. Oh, here we go. This is how we not be racist. Is that racist to like... Okay, moving on. Normal. Because we're not casual, but we're definitely not hardcore. We're normal. Alright. I don't know if I'm going to try to do crazy voices. I'm going to definitely narrate a lot, if my voice holds up. But for the sake of excitement, let's put on a crazy voice for this. Avernum is the underworld. It is a series of hundreds of miles of caves, far below the surface of the world. The land is kept alive and fruitful by powerful magic and the heat and energy of natural steam vents and hot springs. Avernum is also a nation. It is a land of people exiled from the surface world. The surface is ruled by the Empire, an all-powerful nation, who disposed of unwanted people by banishing them to Avernum. Alright. So, Avernum is like hell, kind of. They formed a new nation, far from the eyes of the Empire. Some, however, were not satisfied with safety and peace. They wished vengeance. They sent a band of assassins to slay Hawthorne, cruel emperor of the Empire. The Empire was stunned. They realized that there was a den of vipers threatening their sole control of the globe. They had no other possible response. They invaded. See, they should have just left well enough alone, obviously. Oh, look at these pretty artwork. The power of the Empire completely dwarfed that of the Avernites, but it had great difficulty teleporting troops to the underworld. The Empire arrogantly thought that Avernum could be subdued with a few hundred elite troops. The Empire sent more troops down, but the Avernites kept them at bay. The Empire grew frustrated and angry, and then it turned to terror and atrocity, and slowly it ground away at Avernum's defenses. So it's just a big old battle underground. Avernum also had the advantage of familiarity. They were used to living and fighting in caves, and the Empire wasn't. The Empire's soldiers were fought to a bloody standstill. Little by little, cave by cave, the invaders won victories against Avernum. Then, when things looked like they couldn't get any worse, a new disaster occurred. Got a bit piratey there. Occurred. Sorry. Magical barriers appeared all over Avernum, splitting it into small sections and blocking all roads. Nobody knows who made these barriers. Maybe the Empire, maybe not. But just as the barriers appeared, you arrived at your first posting. You have just joined the army of Avernum, eager to join the good fight. Your dreams of heroism were short-lived. You are sent to Fort Ganrick, a tiny, unfinished outpost in the far northeast corner of Avernum. Oh, build up a lot of spit when I'm doing that. You dream of great victories, of deeds that turn the tide and save your homeland. Instead, you are ported to Captain Vidkin and were put to work digging out storerooms. Fort Ganrick isn't ready for warfare yet. Each morning, you awake in a damp cave, looking forward to a long day of shovels and picks. It's hard to imagine anything that could happen which would enable you to strike a mighty blow against the Empire. Look, there we are. Or are those the barriers? That's not us at all. Okay. Well, loading. Preparing graphics. Ah, here we are. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Avernum. These caverns are a tutorial to help you to get started, but we already know how to do it. We move. And we can pick up our blankets. I feel like this is a game where looting is the key. Okay. You stumble groggily out of the cave that has been your unwilling home for several weeks. Your muscles are still sore from yesterday's digging. You've been working on these storage tunnels for weeks. You notice that the gate to the north is closed. Most Avernites have learned to resist claustrophobia, but seeing your lone route to the exit closed off makes you nervous. You can see Maxine on the other side. Maybe she knows what is happening. Before you proceed further, however, you should protect your head with a helmet. 2 crude helms of thick lizard skin wait for you on the table nearby. You should take advantage of them before you move on. So yeah, to pick up stuff, you just press that, and it just gathers everything around you in a pretty big distance, I've noticed, in this little box. And we can just move it. So our warrior definitely needs a helmet, because he'll be in the thick of it. And I feel like our rogue could as well. And each character has a separate inventory, which is important, because they have different weights that they can carry. So our warriors, our beefy guys, can carry 45 pounds. And our kitty cat and our little lady can only carry 40. And apparently they're already carrying 14, which I would assume is their weapons and such. So that does include the gear they're actually wearing, not just what's in the bag. But you can actually end up collecting a lot of junk. There should be more blankets. Okay. The lizard skin helm is crude and dirty, but it will keep falling stones from cracking your precious skull bones. You look with regret at the door to the south. Time to start digging. But yeah, I find, like, you just loot everything until you can't. It's funny. Because when I played earlier, there was 2 blankets to pick up. But whatever. So we can choose to talk to Maxine if we want. Or we can go straight to the digging. Let's talk to Maxine so I can do more crazy voices and entertain the hell out of you. Look, she looks all silly. You look through the gate and see Maxine. Oh, I'm sorry. My narrative voice changed. Hard at work. She is a skilled stoneworker, sent into Avernum not long before the Empire invaded. Her skin still shows a tiny remnant of color from being in the sun. She is behind the closed gate, fixing stone blocks in the frame with mortar. She nods and smiles when she sees you. Sorry, trapped you in there. Won't be long. At least you can dig uninterrupted. Luckily, our voice is our own, because we are Oz. Tell me more about yourself. What is happening at the fort? What's happening with this gate? I think we need to ask. I just need to close it for a few minutes to place this frame. Won't be long. I can't stand being trapped in here. Let me out! I actually do feel that way. Maxine smiles. Oh, you. Give me a minute. This won't be long. Don't you have a hole to dig? She returns to her work. The conversation ends. So she thinks we're some sort of joker, when in reality we are about to go psycho crazy because we're trapped in this hole. But alas, let us do our work and open this door. Ah, the cave. So let's see what's on the ground. A pick, some sandals, which we will promptly give to our warrior, us, because we need the best protection for our soft souls. I really don't think there's a point to picking up this junk. It just weighs, and you can't sell it either, so... Oh, sorry, yawning. I don't know why, it's middle of the day. Ha! Fort Ganrick. You enter the room you spend several weeks expanding. Your worn tools wait on the floor, promising exhausting hours of chipping away at one of Avernum's unending walls. However, things do not go as planned. As you enter the cave, the ground shakes under your feet, slightly at first, then harder. It doesn't feel like one of Avernum's many cave quakes. No, this is more local. And then you hear cracking stone, and a cloud of dust pours out of the passage to the south. Then you hear the chattering of shrill voices. Shrill voices. Something has dug its way into your fort. You are about to enter combat. Oh, that's not part of the narrator. Alright, we've already done the tutorial, so I'm not going to read the tutorial text itself. And unlike other games, looking at you, Baldur's Gate, the combat's pretty freaking simple in this, and not at all, like, I say not challenging. It gets challenging, but, not in the ways of Baldur's Gate, I think. So, blah, blah, blah. I can use this because I'm a warrior. And it does tons of damage. But I can't use it again, for whatever reason. Unlike priests and wizards, who can just, like, blast spells all day. And also, it's a little hard to tell whose turn it actually is, because it just changes the highlight up here. But the action point's 8. Unfortunately, we can't actually get in here because fat-ass Oz the Swift has blocked the door. See? Oh, okay. I lied. Prince Charles is apparently very live. So our priest, he has some good stuff. So, assuming this doesn't use all my action points, it doesn't, luckily, I can cast Protection and give my boys some shields. Apparently it didn't go to him, but it... Alright, well that's fine. He probably won't take much anyway. And now, this chick can cast a fireball up at one of these boys over here. Apparently that's too far away or something. Cannot reach. Well, the line of sight isn't there. So we'll just go ahead and finish off this guy. It's less damage to take. I find it's really helpful to actually focus things. Look, our guy actually does look like a ninja. That's amazing. Alright. But yeah, see, you can't use battle disciplines until you're no longer fatigued. I'm not sure why that is when the other classes can just spam the hell out of their spells, but I guess it's because warriors actually get pretty strong with this pathetic attempt at a fight. Oh my god. You get fired. You're both fired. You have a wounded character. Wounded. This guy, apparently, not that much. But this priest actually has abilities that are ranged, so we'll go ahead and smite. And, like, he does as much damage as the wizard for whatever reason. So our backline's doing all the work at this point. These guys can't land a shot for anything. Oh, this guy's throwing spears at me. We'll go ahead and break his face. Or not. I don't think the warrior gets as many action points. And we can also close to melee with them, but I don't know why you ever would, because they don't do much damage. And again, can't reach. But the line of sight should be there. It should automatically move us. Whatever. There we go. Target dealt with. This guy's on the run, trying to kite. I can actually use my well-timed blow. Oh, one-shot him. Beautiful. So combat's over. I think I just press that. Time to loot. So we get some more daggers, some more blankets, and a wooden shield, which we will give to this. And Mr. Rogue can actually dual wield, so that's cool. And alright. Goblins are perpetual pests. Goblins are a perpetual pest in the underworld. Simple-minded, violent, enthusiastic breeders. It's far from the first time you've had to fight them. Also, the narrator's voice is changing because that other one was actually killing my voice to do. It's easier to just go with like a deep voice. I don't know why I'm telling you this, because you probably wouldn't have even noticed. However, they are very disorganized. It looks like they have been working on digging this little tunnel for weeks. Goblins never engage in such a sustained project unless someone much more powerful forces them. You suddenly have a very bad feeling. You know, you need to walk out to the main fort and let them know what is happening. So yes. But first, we will pick up this bucket, because you never know when a bucket's going to be useful. And also there's a chest over here with some money. And some mushrooms. Getting high on mushrooms from the deep. There's a basket there, but I don't think that's actual loot. I think that's just a basket. So, unsurprisingly, the dead goblins were not the only threat. The sound of battle echoes from the north. Happily, Maxine managed to get the gate open, so you can reach the carnage that much more quickly. Something terrible is happening. As you approach the gate, a wall to the east collapses. A goblin head timidly pokes out of the wreckage, looking for victims. When he sees you, he ducks back and calls gleefully to his fellows. So, yes, combat is here. So we can wait for the game to automatically tell us that we're in combat, or we can just start combat on our own. So, there doesn't seem to be an actual downside to using this. Turns recovered 3. Other than, you know, the fact that you can't use it. But I say blast that off cooldown. And I don't see anybody enemies, so let's just walk this way. This storeroom is a large natural cave you discovered while digging passages in the rock behind the fort. Finding it was a huge relief. It saved you a lot of work. The passage down to the rest of the fort is to the north. This is a good time. Maybe, so yeah, save the game. Save it. We'll actually save it as this one, since this will be my playthrough. That was my test playthrough, I guess. Alright. So we can talk to... Oh, apparently we're in combat. Oh, there was more of them. So let's move this way. As far as we can. As far as we can. And move this guy here. And go ahead and cast... Oops. Still good learning those buttons. Protection! And we all got it this time, amazingly. The mage actually has some really good spells off the bat, like Daze and Call Beast. This thing will tank forever. I've never used this one. Let's go ahead and use it. Energy costs 12, though. Whew. Whatever. Let's curse the hell out of them. Oh, weakness curse. So it actually works pretty good. No curse on that one. This guy unfortunately can't do anything. Can he smite him? Smite him. Good work, Kerfluffle. And you face tank this and cast Daze. Hopefully these guys will lose their turn. Use all your energy. There we go. They both lost their turn. Perfect. So now we can get in here. No? No, okay. It's a little tricky sometimes. I did not want to open this. Missed. You're terrible. I cannot believe you missed. This guy actually gets battle disciplines as well. Oh, what a shot. And priest spell. I'll go ahead and smite. Can't reach target. Blah 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 blah. Some you know, getting used to the combat system. But if this was Baldur's Gate, my people would be dead right now, just because for some reason in Baldur's Gate, enemies do so much freaking damage. It's amazing. But, this one, obviously is a tutorial, so it's gonna be chiller than usual, but, man, Oz, you're really letting me down with the misses. You gotta cut that out. I'm giving you all the best loot, and you're letting me down. You want a stick? I feel like that's like the most useless. Another chest. Ah, crew javelins. So I'm gonna give my javelins. Javelins? Javelins! To the rogue. And let's go talk to Maxine. Ah, come back! Maxine! Maxine has dropped her tools and is wandering around dazed, not sure what is happening. You remember that she isn't a soldier, just a stonemason trapped in a terrible place. She looks at you. What is happening? Are we being attacked? Oh, that's not Maxine's voice. What is happening? Are we being attacked? There we go, that's more like Maxine. It's just goblins, not a problem. But I heard more fighting toward the exits. It can't just be goblins, can it? You should leave these tunnels. Or we could tell her just stay here. She's gonna stay here anyway, because I know the future. So we'll just tell her, just stay here. Alright, that seems safest, but what if more of them tunnel out? I don't know what to do. She crouches and buries her face in her hands. The conversation ends.